Hello, my name is Becky, and today I'm going to talk with you about Barton Reading and Spelling. This is Barton Reading and Spelling book number 3. My youngest son, who is currently 8 years old, had a difficult time with Barton Reading and Spelling book number 2. It took him, he would be able to do 1 page per day for the longest time. And he would struggle through it because he was having a difficult time remembering the sounds and the letters that go together. But now that we've worked through that entire book, he was able to work on book number 3. Now, it appears that everything is backwards in the view that you get to see, and I apologize for that. I don't know how to fix that. But one of the things that we did in book number 2 is we created a little sheet. And we drew a picture for every letter, and he was able to help remember what it is. So he would look at it and say, this is A, and it says apple, map. And so if he couldn't remember what letter made a certain sound, he would go and look at his sheet and say, map. Okay, so anyway, one of the cool things about this is it helped him to be able to remember the letters and be able to read more easily. So he has been using this for all of level 2. But in level 3, we just started the first book of the first lesson of level 3 or book 3. And he doesn't really need this part anymore except for the digraphs. And so this is really easy. So here, he needed it for CH, CK, SH, TH, and WH. But he knew all these other letters that he drew pictures for. And he was able to do it with ease. The other thing that was really cool about book 3, and I've noticed this with the other students I've taught before, is that they often can get through the entire first half of the lesson in one session. So he was able to do 6 pages. We reviewed all the letters and their sounds. And then when you do the first sound of each word and you point to the tile. So the first one was chup. So he would say chup, and then he would point to the CH. Hello, I see somebody's watching. And so on. And then he would do the last sound and then point to the tile in the last sound. And then they would do the vowel sound, and he would point to the letter for that. And then he gets to learn about blends in the very first lesson, and he just whipped right through that. It was so exciting. And I've noticed that most kids, after they finish book 2, often can whip right through it. I always pace the lessons based on their attention span and also their ability to stay relaxed and excited and not frustrated. When they get frustrated, I end on a note of, good, you know how to do this. So I stop with something that they know how to do. So anyway, he learned how to do words like lash and last and bump and jump. And then we go on to you spell the words with your fingers. So must, us. And then you grab the tiles and you spell must. And then you say, good job. And then you say, okay, now let's change that to mist. And so they figure out what the sound is different, and they switch out the tiles. And you do that for a bunch of other words. And then they learn how to read nonsense words with tiles. The nonsense words with tiles may sound a little bit strange to do that, but if you can read a nonsense word, you can read pretty much anything. It'll also help you to, in future levels, be able to read multi-syllable words because each syllable is often a nonsense word. So they first learn how to read the nonsense words, and then they learn how to spell the nonsense words. And so that was 6 pages. And last week, he was only able to get through 1 page in a session. He got through 6 today. So this was a big hurrah for us. Anyway, this is what I like to do to help my kids learn how to read when they struggle to recognize their letters and to read words. And so that is why I always recommend the Barton Reading and Spelling Program, which is an Orton Gillingham influenced simultaneously multisensory explicit and systematic phonics program. Anyway, if you have any questions, I'd love to know what they are, and we will talk with you next time. Have a great day.